Hello, good afternoon. I am Suchit Sharma and I welcome all of you to Exam Booty's YouTube platform. Students, we are discussing basic level concepts of noun. And in noun, we discussed some of the very important concepts because we at present trying to identify noun. We are learning how we can identify a noun in given sentences. If you are able to spot noun in a particular sentence, it means you are now on the way of having the concepts of all the advanced level English very soon. That's why it is very important that you have to have focus all the time. Noun, basically noun, and in this segment, when we identify noun, we have to know what is a subject and object. If you have no idea about subject and object, you are not going to identify noun as well, because it is the most important factor whenever a student starts his journey of competitive examination without having a solid background. If you don't have a solid background of English, if you come from Hindi medium background or whether you belong to an English medium background and you did actually didn't focus on English at all, it was just your medium, it was not the language you have command over. That's why you face the problem whenever you are asked to solve grammatical questions, and there you fail, and there you feel the fear. So to remove all those obstacles, to remove all the fear, it is necessary that you must have a clear view about the first and the most important parts of speech, that is noun. And that's what we started and we are learning day by day. And in the previous class, we tried to understand how to identify noun in the given sentences. In the process, we discussed subject, we discussed object, how to identify and how to obtain them in a sentence, and the main word that is going to help you in the whole process, and that is verb. If you know verb, you can easily identify subject and object as well, because whenever we talk about object, we have to have a clear-cut view about verb, because it is the verb that helps you recognize, identify object in a sentence. Because whatever a subject does, it means whatever a subject functions in a verb, that effect actually pass on to a certain person, to a certain thing, to a certain place, and that effect is known as object on which that effect is being focused on. That's why it is very important that you have to have idea of an object. Try to understand and try to identify an object in a particular sentence plays actually a very significant role in understanding a sentence and also in grammatical word. So friends, and that's what we actually learned yesterday. Let us take some more examples to understand some deep inside a subject and of course predicate. Let's take some example and understand all these things. Suppose that I have written this sentence on board and you can see it. Let's take the second one. Now we have two sentences right in front of you on the screen. When you study them closely, you will find that, as we had actually discussed in our previous classes, this is actually subject. And if it is subject, the remaining part is predicate. Similarly, we can do this here as well. This is subject. And the remaining part, predicate. Now we know that if there is more than one word in subject part, it means that there may have chances that there must be more than one noun. If there is one noun, that's okay. But if there are more than one noun, you have to identify the noun, because we know that on subject and object place there must be noun or a pronoun. Let's check. Because this is the subject, it means there must be noun, and we know that this is noun. This is the second noun. Similarly here, this is noun and this is noun. Now the most interesting part, as we are in this process identifying noun, so we have actually identified noun. But we are not going to stop only there. We are going a step ahead. Now there are two nouns in this sentence. Now watch very carefully. We all know that since childhood, we all know that if the subject is singular, verb will be singular. If the subject is plural, verb will be plural. There is no doubt about that, and everybody knows that. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. That's what we call subject-verb agreement. We all know that. So here we know this is a verb. This is a verb. We can see that this verb is singular because was is singular, and there were, it means this is plural. So if there is a verb was, there is a verb were, it means it will be controlled by the subject. Yes, it is, because verb is put according to the subject. But if there are more words than one on subject's place, then which word will be dominant? Which noun or pronoun will be considered dominant, according to which verb is arranged, chosen. So here is the first noun and here is the second noun. Just think about it. Was ideal. The son of Dasratha was ideal. Who was actually ideal? Who was ideal? The son or Dasratha? Whom we are talking about here? Who are we talking about? And we and you will have the answer. Now you have the answer in your mind that we are talking about son. We are not talking about Dasratha here. It means this noun is the word which controls the verb. It means this was or this, all this is written about. Predicate is telling about this. That's why verb is put according to this word, that is a noun. This word is known as head word. If there are more than one word, you have to then focus which word will be dominant, which word will be the most significant, according to which we put verb. This is the most important part. Similarly here, the sons of Dasratha were obedient. Now, who were obedient? Now you will get the answer that we are not talking about Dasratha actually. We are talking about sons. So, predicate is telling about sons, and so is this verb. This verb is technically controlled by sons. This noun is plural. That's why this verb is also plural. This noun is singular. That's why this verb is also singular. So this is the most important thing, and you have to keep in your mind this important concept. No matter how large a subject is, in a subject you can have one word, in a subject you can have two words, in a subject you can have 10, 20, 30 odd words. There is no limit actually. But as we are in a competitive arena, we know that sometimes subject can be longer than we actually expect. So how to identify the actual word, the real word or the head word which is determining the verb? So identify the noun or the pronoun in all the very long phrase or group of words which is actually subject that is chosen by you. So when you have all those things in your mind, you can actually confirm the real head word, and that real head word will tell you about the subject and verb agreement as well. That is the most significant part of grammar as a beginner or as an advanced level learner. So just have in your mind that I just mentioned to you. No matter how long the sentence is, take another sentence, take another example. The condition of the people living in these areas of the slum is poor. Now, there is a sentence on board, and when you read the sentence carefully, you will find that the subject is quite large. This is the subject. Okay, this is the subject. Most of the students have no idea that the subject can be so large. They are satisfied with 1, 2, or 3, or maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 words. That's it. But they don't have any idea that the length of the subject may vary, and may vary a lot. There is no limit actually defined by any grammarian as per acquired the need. So here the subject starts from the condition and it goes until we get the verb, that is. It means this is the predicate portion. This is the predicate portion, and is actually a verb. Now, if subject is so large, it means that there must be more than one noun or pronoun. Let's find out. Watch carefully. There is actually no pronoun. This is a noun. This one is also a noun. This is a noun. And this is a noun as well. Now you can see that condition, this noun is singular. People, this noun is plural. We all know that areas, this noun is plural, and slum, this noun is singular. It means in this so large subject, we can have different types of noun in terms of gender. There are two nouns that are singular, there are two nouns that are plural. Now, how can we use a verb? Now, which verb should we use here? Yes, you understand. Very good. Now, watch carefully. If you see the sentence, now ask yourself, is poor. Who is actually poor? Poor. Here, poor means not rich. No. Here, poor doesn't mean that opposite of rich. No. Here, poor means bad. Here, poor means bad. Not right. So, who is actually what we are talking about here? Bad. Who is bad, or what is bad here? Slum is bad. You will say, no sir, slum is not bad. Areas are bad. No sir, you will say that, no sir, areas, no sir, no. We are not talking about areas. Are we talking about people? You will say that, no sir, no. People are not bad. Then what is bad? You will say that, sir, condition is bad, sir. Condition is poor, sir. It means condition we are talking about. Yes, you are right. We are talking about condition here. It means we are talking about condition. So this is poor. The predicate is telling about condition. And the verb is controlled by condition, that is singular, and that's why the verb here is also singular. So if you are able to understand subject in a particular sentence, you are not going to understand the verb, you are not going to understand the suitable verb. You will be able to understand the whole structure of the sentence. You will be able to understand the head word, and you are even able to use correct verb. It means you can spot error now, because most of the questions in the examination are based on spotting error, and subject verb agreement plays a very significant role all the time. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So this was the concept at basic level that we discussed today. We hope that you have now a clear picture about subject, object, and verb, and how to find the head word in a particular subject in a sentence, and how to just use verb singular or plural according to the correct head word. We will discuss object, how to identify object in complicated sentences in more intricate way, but it will be discussed tomorrow. Till then, goodbye, take care, and thank you for today. That's it, and that's all.